Tuesday, 19 September 2017, 0653 Sherwin, Bryce-Pease, New York. The Paris Agreement requires all parties to put forward their best efforts through nationally determined contributions. SABC tags United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres has called on governments and businesses to forge an even closer alliance to ensure the implementation of the Paris Climate Change Agreement. Several high-level events were held ahead of the UN General Assembly to drive global commitments to implement the almost two-year-old accord. The intention by the United States to withdraw from the landmark pact also came in for sharp criticism by leading America voices who vowed to continue leading efforts to ensure the United States met its Paris commitments with or without the help of the federal government. It is about getting all stakeholders on board, with nationally determined contribution to the Paris Agreement insufficient to bend the emissions curve. Guterres says, "In Paris, we rose to a global challenge. Now we have an even bigger challenge, raising ambition and staying on course. Emissions are going down, but not enough. The temperature is still rising. We see the consequences daily." The Secretary-General's Special Envoy for Climate Change, Michael Bloomberg, told the meeting that the United States was halfway to achieving its Paris commitments, even in the absence of Congress passing any legislation in support. There is a hashtag floating around social media that reads, "We got this," and in other words, no matter what else is happening, we really can do this ourselves. And those three words, "we got this," sum up America's response, I think, to President Trump's decision to possibly pull out of the Paris Climate Agreement. Cities, states, businesses, university leaders and others all came out to affirm their commitment to the Paris Agreement, and so say to the world that we can do this, and the truth of the matter is, I think we can. The governor of the state of California, Jerry Brown, who oversees the sixth largest economy in the world, was less diplomatic about U.S. President Donald Trump's climate change skepticism. "In Paris, we rose to a global challenge. Now we have an even bigger challenge, raising ambition and staying on course. Emissions are going down, but not enough." Brown's Golden State has long been a pioneer in fighting climate change. He says, "America is not run by Donald Trump. Even California is not run by Jerry Brown. We are a country of diverse power centers, and mobilizing those power centers that are not controlled by the president is still a very worthwhile goal and very powerful. Mayors, governors, presidents, and CEOs of companies, they have real power. We're not a top-down, one center of power dictating to everybody else. It would be great if the president would join the movement. He's not there yet." Bloomberg and Brown are leading a movement of states, cities, businesses, and universities called America's Pledge that compiles and quantifies climate action in the U.S., consistent with the ideals of the Paris Agreement. Brown says, while it is a dire threat, it's an existential threat not realized enough as to its true nature. Nevertheless, it inherently has the potential of bringing the nations of the world closer and closer together. Doesn't look that way now as you observe the news today, but as the nations really take more seriously what they have to do, and in so doing realize that they're doing the same thing that all the other nations, whether it's the United States, Japan, Korea, or Russia, it doesn't matter, we all have to do stuff together. Various U.S. administration officials have in recent days signaled the country was still open to remaining in the Paris Agreement, but under more favorable terms. Click below for more.